Hello everyone, I'm Dr. Amit. So welcome back to our respiratory series. So before we dive into today's high topic, please make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel for more clinical updates. So in our last two videos, we covered our lung embryology, development of lungs, and various malformations. So today we are going to master the respiratory tree. Okay, understanding these structures. Okay, understanding these structures is very crucial because it makes it so much easier to grasp the relationship between anatomy and disease pathology in our upcoming clinical videos. Okay, so turn your volume up, open your brain, and let's grasp this concept. Okay, so we'll start with this respiratory tree. Okay, so before talking about the respiratory tree, first always remember there are two zones. Okay, one is conducting zone, okay, and one is this respiratory zone. Okay, so first we'll talk about this conducting zone. Okay, so this conducting zone consists of large airways. Okay, this consists of large airways, that is nose, pharynx, larynx, trachea, and bronchi. Okay, so the main function of conducting zone is to warm, humidify, and filter the air. Okay, the second important thing from conducting zone is anatomical dead space. Okay, crucially, this zone doesn't participate in gas exchange. That's why this conducting zone is also called as anatomical dead space. Okay, now talking about the airway resistance. Okay, so you might be surprised to learn that the airway resistance. Okay, the airway resistance, whatever there is resistance in this pathway. Okay, that is highest in the large to medium size bronchi, not the smallest one. Okay, so now we'll talk a little bit about histology and structure. Okay, so in the conducting zone, okay, there is cartilage and goblet cells, that is to the end of bronchi. Okay, so here in this picture we can see that's up to here, this is a conducting zone. Okay, in conducting zone there is larynx, trachea, bronchi, after then bronchioles, then terminal bronchioles. Okay, so while talking about the histology, there will be cartilage. Okay, this cartilage. Okay, and goblet cells. Okay, so after then the type of cells is over here is pseudo stratified ciliated columnar cells. Okay, that start from the bronchus. Okay, so from it start from the bronchus. Okay, and that will terminate or will go up to this terminal bronchioles. Okay, so pseudo stratified columnar cells will come up to here. Now the third thing is about smooth muscles. Okay, so airway smooth muscle cells extend to the end of terminal bronchioles. Okay, so up to terminal bronchioles, up to this terminal bronchioles you will find smooth muscles. Okay, so the one thing is you will get pseudo stratified columnar cells that is start from bronchus and up to terminal bronchioles, and then you will also get smooth muscles cell up to the terminal bronchioles. Now we'll talk a little bit about respiratory zone, then we'll talk in more detail about this figure. Okay, so in respiratory zone, so this respiratory zone, okay, this respiratory zone is also called as business end of the lung. Okay, okay, because the main business occur here, the exchange of gas, okay, from the capillaries. Okay, so this is a business end, so it's also called as lung parenchyma. Okay, so it include respiratory bronchioles and alveolar sac, then alveolar ducts, alveoli. So the primary function of this part is to it actually participate in gas exchange. Okay, now while talking about it histology, okay, so as we move deeper the epithelium changes. Okay, so now the epithelium become cuboidal cells. Okay, cuboidal cells. Okay, so in alveoli cuboidal cells present in respiratory bronchioles. Okay, so in this parts, okay, in this respiratory bronchioles we'll found this cuboidal cells, then in alveoli simple squamous. Okay, and now the cilia which is present in this conducting zone, that will terminate in the respiratory bronchioles. Okay, so cilia get terminated in respiratory bronchioles, and alveolar macrophages are present in respiratory zone. Okay, now we'll talk in details, okay, about this part. Okay, this structure. Okay, so this figure is very important because whenever we study about the lungs, okay, we always get confused that first bronchi will come or bronchioles or terminal bronchioles. Always remember that this trachea, okay, this trachea will divide into bronchi, okay. Now this bronchi will come, and okay, and that will now form bronchioles, okay, and these bronchioles will lead to terminal bronchioles, okay. So this part is conducting zone, okay. So in this conducting zone we can see ciliated cells, okay, that cilia, okay, then goblet cells, okay, and basal cells. Then in the same when you calm down in the same conducting zone, we can say Klopp cells are there, okay. Now simple ciliated columnar epithelium, okay. Now this is the conducting zone, that's the anatomical dead space. Now if we'll calm down more, then this is a respiratory zone, okay. In respiratory zone, up to terminal bronchioles, this is conducting zone. After this terminal bronchioles, we have respiratory zone, that is respiratory bronchioles and alveolar sac, okay. In this part we can see that there will be cuboidal cells. Now the cells have been changed into cuboidal cells. Klopp cells will be there, okay, and we'll have type 1 and type 2 pneumocytes, okay. So as we have already read about type 1 and type 2 pneumocytes in the previous video, the type 1 pneumocytes will help in gas exchange. The type 2 pneumocyte cells will help in production of surfactant, okay, and you will also find alveolar macrophages, okay, and there will be a close relationship between the capillaries, okay, in the oxygen transfer, okay. So the main oxygen transfer occurs in the respiratory zone, okay. I hope this figure will help you, okay, to visualize how our lungs are built for both protections and performance, okay, and understanding about where the cilia is found, from where the cilia isn't found, okay. That will that are the key, okay, that are tricky exam questions, okay, how the examiner will make the questions, okay. So I hope this video will help you to correlate more diseases from the respiratory series, okay. So thank you so much for watching. If you found this helpful, please subscribe, like and share this video with your fellow medicos. Thank you.